Good morning, guys. It's May the 23rd. I'm Henry Green from London Trading Group, and I'm just going to run through what I'm looking for in the markets for today's trading session. Okay, so Euros ran straight through its 127 now, and I do still see this as being on its way. The close on Friday wasn't actually that bearish though, so I have to start potentially factoring in that we could now be looking for this to break the counter trend line and go through. The only thing I don't like, however, about this potentially going straight through here is that once it's gone through the 127, often it will run straight onto the D. Now, we didn't quite get there, but we didn't actually get close enough. We got to 80, and I like it down to at least 60. So what I'm going to look for today is a counter trend line break. Maybe we push out to this outer trend line up here. What you could actually do is just put a past market angle in, so something that looks a bit like this. Replicate this line. And just bang that into the current price. So if we just put that in here and then we look for an hourly close below that line, then I think that's a pretty easy sell down to 111.60 at least. So that's when we could then see the bounce. So maybe just a blip lower, test that 200 moving average, which comes in at 111.90. So if we do get down there, maybe a blip through the 200, and then we continue up. So we have taken the low out of the last swing, so we could now say that this is looking like a move down in euro dollar. So certainly my target on the short side is going to be down at 111.60. If we find some support there, then potentially rally, break the trend line, and then we go higher. Cable, again, we're back at the 78.6, so this is a really shallow pullback. So what you could see is a quick run over down to 144.40. The close on Friday was very, very bearish, and this could now be a sell signal. So I'm just going to look at this one. So we failed to take the high out, and now we look like we're in a bit of clean air, back down to 144.30. So I do like that as a zone. Again, I've got a good level down there. So I think maybe an initial sell on a lower high here. We could see cable trade significantly lower today. I do like this as a trading idea. I think that's a good one. So if you find a nice lower high, maybe you see this 50 moving average catch up, maybe sell into that, or maybe this one comes over the top. But either way, maybe it's just a test of this 145.30 as a good level, and then we see cable come off today. I think that's probably quite a good idea in cable. Dollar yen. Let's have a look at that one. Dollar yen indecision at resistance, so you've got to say that looks like a potential sell. Where are we on the fib? So we broke the counter. Okay, so this is what I do like. So this is the outer trend line is broken now in dollar yen, and now that is quite significant, because what we could see now is a retest of this, and then we push higher. So although the close wasn't very bullish, I think that all this needs is a bit of a pullback, still back into this 109.50 zone, and then we could now see dollar yen rally. So we have gone through the outer trend line, one that was holding really nicely. So wait for this to test, and then potentially look for the long in dollar yen. That should be quite a good one too. So I'm going to wait to see if that happens, and then yeah, I'll be looking for a long in that one. So at the moment we ran up to the 118. We're not quite back at the 38. 38 is a little bit lower. That's down at 109.50. If we get down there, then I think potentially looking for a buy. If we do hold up again, we've got some nice resistance around this zone 109.35 area, for then a buy to potentially back up to the highs, at least to go and test 110.80. My next level up is 111.30, so watch that one. I think that's quite a good level too. Was that a little bit higher? Yeah, we've got a day level at 111.30, and then that's the FIB-D at 111.50, so that's probably going to be a key zone too. Dollar CAD, let's load this one. So we broke the counter trend line just like dollar yen has done. We've ran up, we've overextended the D, we finally hit the D up here, and now I'm looking for this to pull back before going higher. So we have closed through the 127, so again that's very, very bullish signal for me, and I don't like a really deep pullback before this continues. However, Friday's bar I'm not that keen on. I mean, I can't really say that we're at a good level of resistance where it held up or where it closed at, so all that it did is reject off a good level. So I do fancy this to do another blip higher and create the D up at 132. 132 is the level that I want to see this stop at, so I think that's going to be a good one. If you get 132, then I'll certainly be looking to take some profit there, should I manage to get into this long. But at the moment, what I've got to wait for is a higher 15-minute lower high, a higher low, sorry, and then through the highs, we could be looking for that up to 132. Certainly, I think that's a good target. Dollar CAD likes to move in the afternoon, remember, guys, so just be wary of that. If you're looking for that move this morning, it might not happen. This afternoon, it might be the one. So Aussie didn't really do anything on Friday. We were expecting potentially a bit of a bounce because of the way that it closed on Friday and the key level that it was at. So again, we've broken the trend line, gone a little bit lower, and now seem to be holding up. So we hit the 118. We've not quite pulled back to the 38. The 38's back at 72.85. So just be wary of that level. That's a key zone. Again, if it creates a low high, we have another go at 71.60. I think 71.60 is going to be my key zone. If we get down to there, I'll certainly be looking to buy a bit of Aussie. If we get a good rejection down towards 71.60 before we then push higher. And I do like that to go back to test the 38, so that's back up at 74.50. And again, this break of a trend line is showing some strength. Obviously, we've got to move this because it has set a new low. So if we just move this out now, we have broken it this morning. But apart from that, this is low volume, so I want to see this break properly and then go, and then I'll be looking for potentially a long in Aussie. Otherwise, I'm looking for a long down at 71.60. Okay, the Kiwi. Let's have a look at the Kiwi. So this one is kind of a little bit confusing because we closed through the 127. We still haven't ran onto the D, and I do really like that 66.90 as a zone. So I did really want this to continue, and I still thought it would do. However, now we've taken the A out, so this is just a consolidation period now. There's nothing I can do in this one really. There's no momentum trade to be taken at the moment. It's just proved this market's unfortunately proved to me that it doesn't want to break. It's done exactly the same as what the Aussie's done, so obviously we've set a new low there, so we have to move this out. And therefore we are just going sideways. So you just got to play this as a range now. Top of the range is 68.25, bottom of the range is 67.20. So I've just got to be looking for sells and buys between there. If you break out either side, then of course then you can start to look for the other side. But apart from that, an indecision week really in the Kiwi. There's nothing really much to take from that other than that potentially we could now see this rally, and we see this rally alongside the Aussie. So we could just have commodity currency strength across the week based on that weekly close. Okay guys, I hope that's been useful. As I said, please feel free to leave any comments below. Always warmly welcome. I'll be back tomorrow with another market update. Click subscribe to never miss a video again, and I will speak to you tomorrow. Thanks very much for listening.